So it's time for a Blu-ray update. This is what we're gonna have a look at today. This will hopefully be uploaded simultaneously with another video in which I'm gonna talk about mainly DVDs, documentaries and TV and miscellaneous stuff. This one is probably a bit more interesting to most people though. We got a lot of stuff from various great companies, Indicator, BFI, Second Sight, etc. Arrow, One Arrow Video, or Arrow Academy, maybe some other stuff, Criterion, anyway, etc. That kind of stuff. So let us get started. So let's start by having a look at the Indicator stuff, and I could have saved this for last and said last but not least, because it certainly would not have been, but let's just start with these. These are incredible. The Harryhausen, actually I just changed up the lighting, hopefully that's a bit better. The Harryhausen box sets from Indicator, this one is still opened. I mean, still sealed. I haven't gotten to these yet. I have seen the first two before. I don't believe I've shown these before. I might have shown this, but I'm pretty sure I've not shown these. Could be wrong. I don't think I have. I've seen the first two before, never seen the third one. I'll get to these eventually. And then we have the Wonderful Worlds of Ray Harryhausen, Volume 1 and 2. This one has It Came From Beneath the Sea and 20 Million Miles to Earth. I had never seen those two before. Especially enjoyed this one. Thought that was pretty good. This was kind of boring, to be honest. But anyway, this one I've not seen yet. So this one I have to look forward to. And then Volume 2, Mysterious Island, was pretty. It was not great, but it definitely had some good stuff in it. I really enjoyed some of the sequences. Jason and the Argonauts I've seen a couple times before, so I'm not gonna be watching that now. First Man in the Moon was probably my favorite out of these four that I've seen from these two box sets. Now for the first time, this one I really liked. This was a really delightful film, almost a comedy, and it's a bit of an untypical Ray Harryhausen film. As you, if you don't know, then he's known for his special effects, his stop motion, especially, and he's just a wizard when it comes to that. I really don't know how he did it, and he did it on his own as well. I don't think he had a lot of people who helped him out. This one though, it's a bit different. His contributions to this is, there's some stop motion, but it's not a lot. I mean, it's mainly like scenery and stuff. But I have to say, I mean, it's about traveling to the moon. You have the surface of the moon here. But I enjoyed the preparation part more, when they are getting ready to go to the moon with this contraption invention that they built. I think it's like turn of the century. That part when they're getting ready to leave, I just had such a good time with that. It's good all the way through, but yeah, anyway, so this one I really did like a lot. So I'm looking forward to rewatching these two and then seeing the third one for the first time. Then some more Indicator stuff, or at least two more. Charlie Varick, Blue Collar. Two films that I'd really been wanting to see, especially this. This one I knew about before, had known about for a while. I do like Richard Pryor, and this is a bit of an atypical role for him. He's known as a comedian, of course, and he's got some funny lines in this, I guess. But he's mainly like this is mainly a dramatic performance, and it is a drama, like a crime drama. And yeah, it was really good. I'm glad that they released this on Blu-ray, so I did like that. This one I loved, actually. Charlie Varick, again, Walter Matthau, known as a comedy actor, and this is definitely not a comedy. This is a kind of thriller, I guess, action thriller. Really enjoyable, and he did a great job as the lead. Yeah, there's some really cool scenes in this. I ended up being a quite big fan of that. Then we have from BFI the Werner Herzog collection. finally was able to get this. I've been wanting this for a while. Glare Galore. You can see what this contains. Quite a bit of lesser known films as well as more known films. So a good collection of bunch of stuff. A lot of which I've not seen. I do like Werner Herzog a lot, but I will say that when I saw his non-documentary films, because I am a big fan of his documentaries, but his live-action films, I haven't seen them in a while, and when I did, I don't think I was maybe not quite ready for them, so I need to see those again. Fitzcarraldo, I did like that one, but I think I could enjoy it more these days. Aguirre, Wrath of God, I don't think I liked very much, but I'm sure I will these days. And Wojciech, Strocek, Nosferatu the Vampire, I've not seen that. Enigma of Caspar Hauser looks very good. And then a bunch of documentaries as well. So a really good box set here that I'm looking forward to getting into. And then we got a bunch of stuff from various companies. An Arrow Academy title, like I said, Tree of Wooden Clogs. The director actually died just a couple days ago. It's May 10th today, and he died on the 7th, I think. So I got this a couple months ago, but I decided to see it now as a bit of a tribute to him. And it's a 3-hour-long drama. Takes place, again, turn of the century, 1890-ish, I guess. And it doesn't really have a plot. It just has a location and people. It's filmed in the where is it? The Bergamo, or here it is too, Bergamo region of northern Italy. And yeah, he presents a year in their lives, and epic portrait of peasant life. Yeah, it doesn't really have a plot, and it doesn't have actors either. It's more of an observation about, you know, rural. That's a difficult word to pronounce. Rural Italian life, and I enjoyed it very much. I saw it yesterday. Maybe not for everyone, but this was really beautiful, really haunting, and it really works well with nature. I mean, obviously it takes place in like I said, in a rural area, and so nature plays a big part in it, and it's really nice to see all of that. So anyway, it's definitely one, as most of these are, that deserves to be talked about for longer. But anyway, let's move on to another really cool release by Second Sight, The Color of Pomegranates. Film by Sergei Parajanov. I don't know how to pronounce that. This is an incredible release. There's a lot of extras here. I've still only seen the film, which is difficult to describe. Well, maybe not difficult to describe, but it's as it says here, a visual poem, and it's unusual. It's original. It's not difficult to watch, but it's a bit difficult to know what to make of it. It doesn't have a plot exactly. It doesn't really have dialogue. All the scenes are just tableau images of carefully constructed scenery and props and blocking, and it is one you need to see. If you want to get an idea of what it is, you can definitely watch the trailer for this, and you'll get a pretty good idea of what the of what it is like stylistically. I really wanted to get this because of the director. He had done a movie called what is it called? Land of Forgotten Ancestors, something like that, which I saw a few years ago, and I loved it. And I knew about this film, and now that it got such a nice release, I had to pick it up. But I do feel like I need to watch some of the extras, maybe listen to, I think there's a commentary or maybe a couple commentaries here, to get more of an idea of what he wanted to tell with the film. But it is excuse me, it is very interesting, but one of a kind, one to think about. Let's see what else we have. We have one from 88 Films, Burial Ground. going from one thing to the other. A zombie film, Italian zombie film. I really did enjoy it, but it's a very slow film. It basically is just about zombies rising from the ground and attacking this mansion or this big house, and that's it. And not really a lot happens. You know, some people die. They try to defend themselves, and there's not really a lot more than that to it. But the way they filmed it, the way these kind of boring, honestly, events progress, I really liked the pacing. I thought that it was really well done. So I really did like this, actually. We got another horror film here from Vestron, which I really like what they're doing as well. But there's just too many companies to keep track of these days. Unless you're a fucking millionaire, you're not gonna be able to get them all. Anyway, yeah. But I did pick up another one, The Gate. I really like this, but mainly, or even solely, because of the special effects. They really impressed me. This ended up looking very good visually. Some of the effects they really pulled off well. Other than that, I can't say it was that great. I mean, some forgettable and annoying characters, but visually really cool, and a bunch of extras here too that I enjoyed. Then we got a Criterion that I picked up kind of randomly. Am Merida, really fun film, pretty a bit unfocused, I guess you could say, but visually very enjoyable, pretty funny at times. When is it from? 1942. Yeah, a bit of a supernatural comedy, you could say. So yeah, I liked it, but it's not maybe one that I will return to or recommend to people, but I did enjoy it. Here's one with a cool lenticular, which I don't know if this is gonna come off, but yeah, it depicts a what might happen if nuclear bombs are dropped, like a massive nuclear attack on Britain. So that's what this cover is all about. I usually don't like lenticular covers, but this one is done really well. Yeah, Threads, released by Severin. Really terrifying depiction of that possible event, made in the 80s, early 80s, 84 actually. Really well done, really scary. Not a pleasant watch. It's as you could imagine. It does feel realistic. It does feel like this maybe is what it would look like, you know. Really good though, even if it's not a very upbeat movie. It's definitely one to return to, because it is very well done. Let's move on with some miscellaneous stuff. Still Alice with Julianne Moore. Good film. I thought it was a good film. I mean, she's obviously a great actress. I don't know if it was her performance or the script, but and I feel like such a bastard for saying this too. For some reason, it just feels like, I don't know. I don't know. But I was expecting a little bit more from her performance, just because and she won the Oscar, but I guess my expectations were high. But she plays a person who is who finds out that she has early onset Alzheimer's disease. And of course, I'm no expert on what that looks like or how that progresses. But I just feel like it could have been a bit better. And that's why I feel like such an asshole for saying that. Because it feels like the wrong thing to complain about. But I have to be honest, I was expecting a bit more from just seeing how that whole thing was dealt with. Still a good film, definitely a good film. Okay, so I don't know if I've talked about this. I think it might have been included in my last update video. I can't remember. But Mother, I'm not going to talk about it now, in case I have already done so. But I really liked it. This has definitely divided audiences, but I really liked it. The ending is just nuts and really disturbing, but it's well done, and it's I thought it had something to say too. Maybe some people think it's pretentious, I don't know. But I thought it was really good. Something completely different. I picked up A Town Called Panic, the collection. I have seen the movie from I don't know when, but are they French or are they from Belgium? Perhaps the directors. I'm not too sure, but it's a really silly stop motion comedy using these very unrealistic looking figures, or they're basically just children's toys, and it just has a very unique look, and I really like the film. And this has a couple of shorts with those characters, and the TV show, which was done before everything else, so it's much more sort of primitive and minimal. So I didn't really watch very much of that because I had already seen what it later became and how they were able to get a bigger budget and just work things out in a better way. So I didn't feel like I wanted to go back and watch all of the TV show episodes, but the two shorts here, they are, if you like the film, then I think you like those two as well. It does look very childish, or and it kind of is too, but it's done in a way for so that adults can enjoy it too. I really did enjoy those, and again, I like the film. This one I've shown before, but I just wanted to show it because it's a film by John Boorman with Lee Marvin as well as Toshiro Mifune, and because of this I picked up I don't know if I said, but I really did enjoy it a lot. So because of that I picked up another one by John Boorman and with Lee Marvin, Point Blank, which was a really good film. Yeah, and then I got another one as well with Lee Marvin, Prime Cut. Really cool film, 1972. It's not one that I've heard about very much, or at all even. Also with Gene Hackman and Sissy Spacek, but I thought this was good. I enjoyed it. It's not one of the stronger films of the 70s, but some really fun scenes. So I liked it. And in case the camera will cut me off right here, I'm gonna have to include the following two titles in the next video, because the battery is blinking and I don't know if it's gonna cut me off. If not, let's continue with these two. Birdemic, Shock and Terror, and Fateful Findings, a Neil Breen film. So I'm not going to talk about these films very much, but I will say that most people know about The Room, especially now that the movie The Disaster Artist came out, about the making of that film. The Room is known as the worst movie of all time, but these are worse. They honestly are. The Room is actually kind of watchable, even though it's really bad. It feels like a film, to some extent anyway. These two, they're just... I mean, they do... I've tried to talk about this before, and I wasn't successful because it just defies words, honestly. It honestly does. You have to see these to really understand what they are, because they're so bad that obviously the term "so bad it's good" is a known term, and these ones fit that description. They're just absolute abominations, but so much fun. I'll leave you with a line from this one. So he finds someone who, spoiler, who I believe he was shot. It's been a while since I saw this, but he was shot by someone, but then she makes it look like a suicide, and Neil Breen finds this guy who has killed himself, and he's like, why did he do this? It's not like him, and you're kind of thinking, oh, it's not like him to kill himself, is it? He's never done that before. Okay, I see. And that's just a stupid line. Then there's tons of just baffling choices in terms of plot, and just really weird stuff. And Birdemic is really no better. Maybe Fateful Findings is more bizarre, or maybe not. I don't know. They're both really bad. But if you want really bad films, especially they're fun to watch with someone, to make fun of with someone else, then those two are recommend it. But I think if you like those films, you probably know about these already. Anyway, so that's how we're gonna end this video. All these masterpieces and then these 2 masterpieces. Anyway, so that's it. Hope you enjoyed it. And yes, I was able to fit everything in, even though the battery has been blinking for like 20 minutes. Alright, thank you for watching, and I shall see you soon.